Mercury Monterey, the forgotten classic of American roads. Picture this. It's the early 1950s, and America is feeling invincible. The Allies have won the war. Washing machines are a thing of wonder, and cars. Oh, cars were becoming rolling manifestations of the American dream. And striding proudly into this golden era was the Mercury Monterey, a car that promised elegance, performance, and a dash of rebelliousness. Launched in 1950, the Mercury Monterey was the quintessential full-size car that aimed to bridge the gap between the no-nonsense Ford and the extravagant Lincoln. It was the automotive equivalent of dressing in smart casual, a touch of sophistication, without being a pompous ass about it. This car wasn't just a mode of transport, it was a lifestyle accessory. Under the hood of the first Montereys was a 255 cubic inch flathead V8 engine, capable of churning out 110 horsepower. Now, before you scoff, remember these were the early 50s. The Monterey wasn't about ripping the asphalt to shreds, it was about cruising in style. When you drove this car, you didn't just arrive, you made an entrance, cloaked in a symphony of polished chrome and leather. By the time the 1954 model rolled around, the Monterey had stepped up its game with a 161 horsepower overhead valve Y-block V8D. It also sported a new look, longer, lower, and wider. It cut through the air like a glamorous yacht slicing through azure waves. The sense of grandeur was unmistakable, from the sweeping lines to the toothy grille that seemed to smile arrogantly at lesser cars. Inside, the Monterey was a showcase of mid-century luxury. Imagine sprawling bench seats that could rival the comfort of a plush sofa, a dashboard festooned with dials and knobs that looked like something out of a Buck Rogers set. There was space, oh, so much space. You could host a tea party in the back seat. It wasn't just a car. It was a mobile lounge. Driving the Monterey was akin to piloting a cloud. The ride was buttery smooth, the sort that made bumps and potholes feel like mere suggestions rather than rude intrusions. Its steering was light, almost floaty, but that was part of the charm. People didn't buy Montereys to carve corners. They bought them to glide, to cruise, to waft along like nobility surveying their domain. However, despite its many charms, the Monterey had its quirks. Fuel efficiency, about as impressive as a sumo wrestler on a treadmill. Reliability? Let's just say it enjoyed spending weekends at the mechanics more than it should have. But these foibles only added to its character. It was imperfect, yes, but it was also irresistibly endearing. The Monterey evolved over the years, through the flamboyant 50s, the muscle-infused 60s, and the increasingly baroque 70s. Each iteration reflected the style and sensibilities of its time, wearing the decade's trends like a well-tailored suit. Yet it always retained a certain Mercury-ness, a sense of being slightly above the fray, but without losing touch with the common man. Today, the Mercury Monterey is often overshadowed by its more famous siblings, but for those in the know, it remains a cherished classic. It represents an era when cars were more than mere machines. They were statements of personal style, expressions of freedom, and the essence of American road culture. The Monterey was not just built to transport, it was built to enchant, to captivate, and to make every journey a small chapter in the grand adventure of life. So here's to the Mercury Monterey, the forgotten classic that flutters the heartstrings of true automotive aficionados. It may not roar like a muscle car or sparkle like a sports car, but in its own, understated way, it turns every drive into a timeless experience. If you love diving into the rich history of classic automobiles, then smash that like button. Subscribe to Autoicons and let's journey together through the tales of legends like the Mercury Monterey. Buckle up, hit subscribe, and dive into the stories that shaped the road.